So last year, I found myself staring at the wall, and I realized that I wanted, maybe even needed, to bring more fun back into my life. So if you've ever found yourself a little bored in midlife, maybe alone, not lonely, because sometimes alone is good and I like being alone. We're going to talk about how you can bring more fun into your life and what my plans are and how I've already started. Before we get to how I'm bringing more fun into my life and some tips on how you can do that as well, let's talk about a couple of things that tend to keep us stuck, if you will, and keep us from trying those new fun things. I think first let's talk about why sometimes we get stuck in just our routines, our everyday life, right? And even though we feel like we know we need to do something else, maybe have a little bit of fun in our lives, change things up a little bit, maybe things seem a little boring, we don't always act on that because of our comfort zones. And guilty as charged. Where I'm sitting right now, one of my favorite places to be, because right across from me is my TV. I don't overconsume TV, but I do consume it daily. We get stuck in our comfort zones because, well, I mean, it's right there in the word. It's comfortable, right? And even if our comfort zones tend to be a little boring, it can be easier to just put up with the boredom than to enter the discomfort of trying to figure out what else to do, or the discomfort of actually leaving the house and doing that thing. Now, I will say too, you can do some fun things in your house, right? If there are hobbies you can take up at home. But I think part of this also has to do with more socializing. So that's one thing. All right. The second thing is fear and slash anxiety, I will say. I know a lot of people that have any degree of social anxiety, right? That can keep you from wanting to not only try new things, it can keep you from just like even wanting to even be with the friends or family that you love. It can keep you from just wanting to put yourself in a social situation. Some people are like that as well. So we all have different degrees of it. So I think it's the fear of the unknown, like maybe you signed up for a class in a new place, a new space where you've never been. And as enticing and fun as the class sounds, and maybe you've paid for it, you're all in, you still probably think, even on the day of, a lot of times, why did I do this? Oh my gosh, do I really have to go through with this? What's going to happen once I get there? Where's the door? How do I find the room it's in? How will they know I'm there for that class? What if I wear the wrong thing? What if I can't find a parking spot? Like, there are numerous things that can come up, right? When we are letting this like fear override our brains and take away all reasoning from us. So yeah, I think discomfort, our comfort zones and fear will a lot of times be the two things that will stop you in your tracks from even trying. Before we move on to what's next, which we're going to talk about how you can figure out how to bring fun into your life, go ahead and drop a comment and let me know what's kept you from trying new things, trying fun things. What is fun to you? What things have you tried? And how did it go? I think the more that we share and other people can read our comments, the more we feel seen and like we're not alone, All right, so now let's talk about the what. What are we doing for fun? How do you figure that out? I think, some of this, there's different ways to figure this out, obviously. You more than likely have had things catch your attention, or you've driven by a place enough times that you know what kind of happens in that space, and you're like, yeah, that looks like it'd be a fun place to go to. But you keep pushing it off. Or pick your closest friend, the one that you talk to about everything. If you have one of those, ask them to do it with you. as much as I'm trying to scroll less on the internet, sometimes when you do, you might see friends going out and doing certain things that pique your interest. And you're like, that looks like fun. I would like to try that. Or maybe you see a friend of yours doing it that you feel comfortable enough that you could reach out and be like, hey, can I join you the next time you do that thing? Or how can I get involved? I know when I think about, okay, how can I bring more fun back into my life? I kind of think in categories. The things that I enjoy or that I find are missing in my life. I love to travel, and every year I want to do more of it. Does that happen every year? No. Do I travel every year? Yes. It's just some years there's more than others. So travel is one of my big ones. Another thing that I think about is like the category of hobbies. Like I would love to do something more artistic, and that is something that I am searching for. Another category I think about come in the form of like movement. What do I enjoy? Like, do you want to do a dance class? Now, this is where I've gotten stuck. I looked at dance classes a couple years ago, and I wanted to do some kind of like Latin dancing. And I found some classes, but it was just so intimidating to me that I did. I stayed stuck in my fear, and I just didn't do it. And I still haven't done it. I love yoga. I love Pilates, meditating. These are things that I do frequently on my own at home. And I used to have belonged to a place that did all of those things. And then really it was COVID, and that kind of stopped me. And then I just never got back into it and found the ways to do it at home. So it kept me from going out. Do I enjoy doing it at home? Yes. But was it more fun, or could I potentially have more fun doing it with a group in person? Also, yes. So I am here sharing with you rather, the things that I'm thinking about, the things that I'm planning on doing more, and I'm not here saying I've done all of these things. I know what's holding me back. I know what's probably holding you back. And these are just some, maybe a little motivation for us all. And I think, okay, so here's one of the ways that I've already brought fun back into my life. So I started off the year with a trip. Me and my daughter went to go see her best friend who had just moved to another city in another state. And the best friend's mom also went. So and we're good friends. So it was the four of us, girls' weekend, shopping, going out, dining, a lot of talking, right? A lot of laughing. And I realized I miss that so much of like, being up late at night with a group of friends and just like almost peeing in my pants because things were so funny. And I was like, I need more laughter for sure in my day-to-day life. Not that I don't laugh at things, but it's different when you're with people in a group and laughing, and there's something that happened that is just so funny. You either pee in your pants, you start crying. I mean, there's nothing like that, right? And you can't do that on your own. You just can't. I'm sorry. Like, I laugh at things I see. I laugh at myself. I might laugh on a phone call or whatever, but it's not the same as when you're with people in person, having a moment, one of those moments that you'll laugh about for years to come. And we had that, and it was great. And I will say, as much as I love to travel, it was a trip that was close to soon after New Year's. I could think of a million reasons in my head why maybe we should just, let's put it off. Let's do it another day. And I kind of tried that. And I love my daughters because they will call me out on my shit sometimes, all the time. And my daughter was like, Mom, like what is going on? And I was like, you're right. It's going to be fun. We're going. And it was. And I'm so happy I did. I just have to like override that fear sometimes. And the discomfort and the leaving the house, right? Because like, it's a lot of work to pack. And, this was a car trip, and I love driving on trips. Anyway, I'm going off on a tangent here. All the reasons that would keep me stuck did happen, but I overcame them and I went, and it was the best. So now, if you realize that maybe you need more fun in your life, I made a video specifically about some ways to help you get out of being stuck with like traveling. A lot of people have some fears around traveling, um, and also just like the expense of traveling and stuff. And I made a video. I will link it at the end of this one so that you can go watch that to maybe get you traveling more. All right. I will see you next time. Bye.